tell me just like a little bit about your wedding. Like, tell me, you said it was in Pittsburgh. What was your venue like?
So we got married at St. Mary of the Mount Church in Mount Washington, which is in Pittsburgh that sort of overlooks the city. Pittsburgh's very hilly, full of rivers and hills. So we got like this beautiful overlook of the city, and the church that we're also members of, we live in Mount Washington ourselves. So we had a traditional Catholic ceremony there. And then I knew a big giant wedding really wasn't something, A, that I wanted, and B, I necessarily wanted to pay for.
Sure.
And it would, I mean, many people do, but I wanted to make sure, you know, it's one of those times you never know we're going to have all these people in the same room again. So I wanted to make sure I had everybody there that mattered, but if I wanted to make sure I had time that I could talk with everybody and interact with everybody and still enjoy my day, not spending my whole night making rounds around the reception hall. So we had our reception at a local restaurant called Alla Familia. Italian food, obviously, and they have a beautiful ballroom in the back, and we had a there. So, and it was only maybe like 5 minutes down the road from the church, so that made things logistically really easy too.
Oh, that's so great. That's amazing. So when in the wedding planning process did you stumble across your Jacqueline Jordan gown?
Honestly, it was really early on in the process. We got engaged in February of 2018, and we just kind of took a few months to just enjoy. And then I probably didn't really start like getting into the nitty gritty of my planning process until probably mid to late summer. Kind of just took the winter and spring to enjoy. And I'd heard a lot of good things about the salon, the bridal salon I went to, Blanc de Blanc here in Pittsburgh. And I had an appointment there in September. So my dress, I think, was, aside from my photographer, the second thing that I had in for my whole wedding. And yeah, I got very lucky that off the rip, I knew that it was what I wanted, and it made the rest of my planning very easy. I had the big things checked off.
Yeah, that's so great. So you felt for you that by having your gown picked as one of the first things, it really made everything else fall into line?
Yeah, just because, you know, not to be vain, but, you know, you're a little girl and you picture what you're going to look like on your wedding day and what your dress is going to be. So knowing that I had that on lock, that I was with a really good bridal salon, all of the like sort of granular details that I had to worry about planning, you know, I could focus on, because like the big thing, you know, I already knew. And aside from, you know, some very small alterations, like I was good to go, which was great.
Yeah, that's amazing. That's awesome. So what was something about your experience at Blanc de Blanc that just really made you know that like you could trust those ladies?
Well, that it was a smaller salon. I liked that they were newer, and because, you know, there's in every major city, there's like the big salons that everybody goes to, and, you know, they're, you know, people get their bridal gowns from there, and they were newer on the scene, and they had a very interesting selection that I hadn't seen on at other bridal salons here in the area. And then once I got there, it was like one-on-one attention. I mean, the actual owner of the salon helped, you know, with all of my like alterations and things, which I don't think you usually see. And I just knew that I would be in good hands, and I just felt immediately very comfortable. The salon itself is beautiful. You know, I just felt very at ease when I walked in there.
Oh, that's so good to hear. So you wore the Eugenia gown from my collection. What about that gown made it feel like this is the dress for me?
Well, I knew that I wanted, again, a very kind of classic bridal look. My joke was like, I wanted it to be like if, you know, Meghan Markle and Grace Kelly and Jackie Kennedy all had a baby and it was me. Was going for. I just wanted really classic, you know, so when my kids look at my photographs, you know, I don't look like it's 1975, and, you know, I want it to be very timeless. Mm-hmm. And the Eugenia is just that. I mean, it's classic, beautiful satin, the cut is clean, you get a little bit of sultriness with the off the shoulder, and I tried on probably about 10 dresses just in that one bridal appointment, and that was the only one I put on that I actually cried. And I felt like it was happening. And my maid of honor was there, and she started crying, and we were like, oh my God, like, this is it. Like, And then I was like, oh my God, did I find it too soon? But it was like, no, when you know, you know. I just felt like that's what I wanted to look like. It was classic, it was beautiful, clean. And it did, and the dress did all the talking, and that's really what I wanted. So, you know, I got the happy tears moment too. So that's, you go with your gut and you trust it.
That's amazing. I can say, like someone that has been in the industry for so long, not everyone gets that moment where they actually start to cry, and a lot of people want that and expect that, which is totally fine if you don't get it. But whenever it happens, it is like so special. You know, that's.
I mean, as a disclaimer out there, I cry over everything, so don't feel like you have to cry about that. But it was just a wonderful moment, and you know, my consultant, everybody was like, that just looks great, and I was like, I gotta go with it. Let's buy it now.
Oh, that's amazing. That's so wonderful to hear. So, Autumn, tell me, what kind of advice can you give any brides about like shopping for their wedding gown? What would you say you tell your girlfriends about, or you would just have for any bride out there?
I would say, and obviously this depends on, everybody has different friend and family situations, but I went in with just my matron of honor, and just her and I was originally going to do a big, you know, all my aunts, all my friends, all, you know, and then just have everybody come, you know, say the dress style. And honestly, I feel sometimes that's like too many cooks in the kitchen, because I went back for a second fitting with like my mother-in-law and my aunt, and everybody like lovingly, but had something to say about everything. So I personally would say let your bride tribe and who comes with you, just because you have a lot of people poking and prodding and throwing things on you and putting tiaras on you, and like you just need to look in the mirror and say, is this how most important day of my life? I mean, I guess aside from if you choose to have children, the most important day of my life, and is this how I want to look, and how do I feel in this, and do I feel beautiful, and do I feel confident? And sometimes when you have a lot of people and a lot of stuff happening, it's hard to do that. So that was my experience. I like that. And then just go with your gut. I think, you know, I was concerned that I was also going to have sort of analysis paralysis. It's like, oh, or you kind of bigger, better do yourself. Oh, well, maybe if I go to the next salon or the next salon or the next place, the next boutique, maybe I'll find it. And then you're sort of chasing the dragon. And I feel like if you put one on and you feel good and it's how you want to look on that big day, put the deposit. Don't torture yourself and go to 45 places and keep yourself up at night. You know, go with your gut. It's almost always right. And you'll be very, very happy on your big day.
Oh, that's excellent advice. That's excellent advice. And then just for like the wedding in general, do you have any advice about like maybe something that you really fretted over, that whenever it came to the big day, it was like, this doesn't even matter?
I feel like I could say that about so much. I'm a natural born warrior, so I feel like I was fretting about everything for months. Ultimately, I think you're going to fret about everything, and it's true what they say. I mean, you're going to worry about your centerpieces, you're going to worry about your decorations and who's going to be here. And honestly, no one is going to probably even remember except for when they look at the picture. So as long as it goes exactly how you and your husband want it to go, then that's exactly how the day should be. You know, I think that was what I always kept in mind when I was planning. I'm very lucky. I had a very involved fiance at the time who, you know, I know some men aren't interested, but I was very lucky that he wanted to be involved. And when it got down to brass tacks, felt like we were getting in the weeds about, you know, nuanced little things. We just looked at each other and said, is this what we want? And if the answer is yes, then we're just do it. Because it's very easy to be like, oh, well, you know, mom wants this and dad wants this and grandma wants to sit here. And, you know, you certainly want to be respectful of family, but, you know, always just remember it's your day. And if it's how you guys want it to be, then that's how it's going to be. And ultimately, we're going to have a great time regardless. I mean, I don't think I received one complaint about anything that happened at my wedding. So just go with what makes it's an important day, and you want to make sure that you and your spouse can enjoy it.
No, that's excellent. That's wonderful, wonderful advice. Well, it has been so nice chatting with you. Thank you so much for your thoughts and your advice. Yeah.
Of course.
Well, you enjoy the rest of your evening, darling.
Thanks, you too. I appreciate it. Thanks for having me. And I will say my condolences to all my brides out there that are going through this really tough time right now, but you're going to get through it. Your day is going to be just as special if you have to do it remote or later. All that matters at the end of the day is you're with your person, and whenever you get to celebrate it, it's going to be good. But I'm thinking of you because I know it's tough times right now.